Vietnam is quietly building its own version of Dubai, and they're calling it Vietnamese International Financial Center, or it's called VIFC.
Stand with the rules that don't exist anywhere else in Vietnam. So we are talking about like no tax on foreign workers, English contracts, and then US dollar payments, no foreign ownership limits.
Okay. So, but what I know about Dubai's IFC as a comparison, it nearly went bankrupt at 6 years ago. Abu Dhabi had to bail them out, so this isn't a slam dunk.
Right, it's a 10-year process, and there will be bumps.
Let's get more specific. People watching this on property, people are about to buy. So which Saigon projects are most directly impacted to the VIFC? Hello everyone, another postcard from the Realtique house. My name is Justin, and next to me is
Casey, nice to meet you.
Thank you everyone for joining us and viewing the postcard. So today we are talking about something that if you live in Ho Chi Minh City and if you're thinking about buying a property in here, you need to understand that Vietnam is quietly building its own version of Dubai, and they're calling it Vietnamese International Financial Center, or it's called VIFC. So Casey, in one sentence, can you just summarize the definition of the name of it?
Sure. The Vietnamese government has carved about like 900 hectares of the central Saigon, the center of the Thu Thiem Peninsula, and allocated it for an international finance district, stand with the rules that don't exist anywhere else in Vietnam. So we are talking about like no tax on foreign workers, English contracts, and then US dollar payments, no foreign ownership limits. And that's going to crash into the Saigon, the Vietnam real estate in the ways most people haven't seen, haven't priced yet.
All right, that is exactly what we are unpacking today. So let's stay with us. So when they hear about the word VIFC or Financial International Center, what do they picture in among the people that are around us? Casey?
All right, so honestly, the picture, they picture like the skyscrapers.
Okay.
They picture Dubai. They picture the logo on the building, and
Very
then
iconic.
that's not what the IFC is. Okay, so let me give you the real version. There are two types of the IFCs in the world. There is the embedded kind, which is like New York or Singapore, like or London. So the financial center is just part of the country's normal legal system. Then there is the ring-fenced kind, and that's Dubai. Vietnam is going to be very close to the Dubai model.
So you mentioned about ring fence.
Yes.
So why is ring fence, by the way, Casey?
So because Vietnamese law makes it very hard for the foreign capital to come in and out easily, freely. Investors today often park the money in Singapore first.
Okay.
And then they trickle it into Vietnam, and that's the friction, right? So a ring fence zone so that you create a special legal regime that the international capital can just come in and out very easily with the English contracts, with the US dollars payments, with a separate court system, with a separate arbitration, and inside the zone, it's basically a financial free trade zone.
Okay, so it's not just a real estate project. It's a legal regime changed in 900 hectares.
Exactly. So that's the part that changes everything.
So here's where I think most people are confused. They read the news and assume this is happening tomorrow. So what's in the real timeline in this matter?
Thanks to Mr. Rich McClellan, the CEO of the Vietnam International Financial Center.
Rich McClellan.
Yeah, so-called the VIFC. He called this like a 10-year project. So let's be honest that about where we are right now. We are in the last year. It's called, it was a T-1. So in 2025, and the National Assembly passed the resolution 222 and the implementing decrees at the end of the December last year. And this year in 2026 is a T0, right? So they are building the supervisor agency.
Okay.
And they are the executive authority and the core, and they need to roll out 6 or 7 more regulations that the banking license is first.
6 to 7 core regulation.
Right. And then the asset management, and then the corporate bonds, and then commodities and different departments, staff and rules, many things to form like the system for the VIFC to run.
Okay. So as of today, we can actually walk in and register a business in the VIFC as ourselves.
Not yet, because they are still writing in the rules, right?
Oh, okay.
So the earliest will be the end of this year, but I doubt it. I doubt it because like more realistically, it can be the early or the mid of 2027.
2027.
Yeah, before you see the first banks and the fund register inside the zone.
Okay. So, but what I know about Dubai's IFC as a comparison is nearly went bankrupt at 6 years ago. Abu Dhabi had to bail them out, so this isn't a slam dunk.
Right, it's a 10-year process, and there will be bumps, right? But the foundation is solid because back at the national level, top-down directive from the political and the prime minister directed in personally. And the man running it, Rich McClelland, is the CEO of the VIFC, and he runs the Tony Blair Institute office here in Vietnam. And about 4 years ago, his team sat down.
In Vietnam, there's an office from him.
Yes, the Tony Blair Institute's office.
Okay.
Yeah, from his team, like they sat down like 4 years ago with the Prime Minister.
Right.
And the PM personally handed them the brief that helped us to build the IFC.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so before that, there was basically one full price report and nothing else.
Okay.
Regarding to this project, right?
That's really good to know.
Yeah, and Rich isn't a career bureaucrat, right? He came up through global finance like J.P. Morgan, like Lehman Brothers, and First Boston. So this isn't a developer pitching tower. It's a national mandate, designed top-down, architected by an international policy institute, and run by someone who knows how global capital actually moves. That's why I take the execution seriously.
Okay, right. That's very interesting point from Casey. So here what it gets interesting for property owners. Where is the 900 hectare going?
So this is the part that the audience needs to write down, right? So we have a huge space.
Okay.
The VIFC zone is essentially two parts. So the first part is the existing financial district on the District 1 side.
District 1.
Right. That's where the Vietnam capital sits today, and that's where the most banks are, or the people places easily around Wing Street.
Okay.
Right. So the most prime street in the city. And the second area, and this is the biggest story, which about 300 hectares on the north side of the Saigon River, which means the Thu Thiem Peninsula.
The Thu Thiem, the peninsula that's been sitting half developed for 25 years.
Exactly.
Any thought of that?
So now suddenly it's the second leg of Vietnam's international financial center, right? And that's the fundamental relationship. While Thu Thiem wasn't built for a residential.
It wasn't.
Right. It was built for the finance and commerce. So the VIFC announcement essentially confirms that Thu Thiem was always meant to become. It also explains some people notice every day when they try past Thu Thiem and wonder why so much of it is still empty land.
Wow. Okay.
Right. But they were expecting towers and the apartments and then the villas, but that's the wrong expectation because again, Thu Thiem was a zone for only one purpose, which is the financial district.
Wow. Okay.
And until the timing was right, you are about to see construction kick off, and most of it won't be homes.
Okay.
Right? Because
has it been happening yet?
Yeah, few of them already. So
okay.
we have a few offices.
It's in the progress.
Yeah, going up. And most of the projects in Thu Thiem will be the mixed-use projects.
Okay, mixed-use.
Weighted toward the office space because the goal, again, is to give companies and the financial firms a place to land and operate, not primarily a place to live.
Okay.
So think of it as a pure work and finance hub, like Wall Street in New York, for example, La Défense in Paris, and the skyline of the office towers, where almost nobody actually lives. Think about Lu Jiaju in Shanghai's Pudong, 25 years ago, it was farmland across the river, and today it's like China's financial skyline and Canary Wharf in London,
Mm.
Marunouchi in
That's the
Tokyo,
place in Tokyo.
and the city of London that the square mile is. And none of these are the place to raise a family. Okay,
Mm.
so their capital goes to work, and that's exactly what the Thu Thiem is being to set up to be.
All right. So based on what you say, if you are owning something
Mm.
in the Thu Thiem area right now, like Empire City, Eco Smart City, Metropole, or the new SonKim Land project, you are actually inside what about to become the new financial center of Vietnam.
Yeah, that's the math. Now the location alone doesn't make any property a good investment, right? But the location plus a 10-year inflow regulate foreign capital.
In 10
Plus,
years?
Yeah, a tax incentivized foreign workforce. That's the difference.
This is huge game changing.
Correct.
So Casey, I want to draw a connection that I think is huge. In the source, the interview, Rich, he already said they are designing a 99-story VIFC tower. And he said, quote, by Rich, very close to the SonKim Land development. And what does that tell us?
Well, there are some indication. He tells us like it could be the SonKim recent project called the SonKim Thu Thiem project.
Everyone heard about that.
Yeah, the one launching around in the middle of May of this year. That it's also around 900 square middle of floor area. It's sitting next door is what will be the tallest financial tower in Vietnam. That could not be unconsidered, right?
Not at all.
Yeah, the government is clustering the future financial district, and SonKim's TOD model, the transit-oriented development around the Thu Thiem station, metro station, gets supercharged when you put the IFC towers next to it.
Okay, so we have the metro line number 1 already operational, and the metro line number 2 coming.
Right.
Future high-speed rail to Long Tan Airport, and now a 99-story IFC tower, and it's already in the walking distance.
Right.
That's actually an amazing picture in the future. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
You can see that's like a cluster effect, right? So in every major financial
They're
center,
all connected.
yeah, in the world, like Canary Wharf in London, Hudson Yards in New York, Marina Bay in Singapore, the residential and office demand within 1 or 2 kilometers of the financial core trades at 2 or 3 times the city average.
All right. So if a buyer today who picks up a unit in SonKim Land or Thu Thiem project, or even the Empire City or Metropole, they are not just buying a resident, they're buying a promiscuity to the financial core of Vietnam in like the next 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, it's correct. And before the IFC turns on the lights, the proximity is dramatically underpriced. Look at the Thu Thiem area trades around 10 to 15,000 US dollar per square meter only.
Okay.
Not only but today, right? With no IFC running yet, that price can feel like it doesn't add up, right? But when you price the destination, it's not the day today. If you buy now and 10 years later, your unit sits next to working IFC zone.
Wow. Imagine.
Yeah, you compare against the real financial center on the world. For example, right now, close to Vietnam, we have the Singapore's Marina Bay and the CBD core. The prime residential is 20 to 30,000 US dollar per square meter.
Wow.
Let's take example at the Hong Kong Central is also 30 to 50,000 US dollar per square meter. Even Dubai's brand DIFC downtown runs from 8 to 18,000 US dollar.
8 to 18,000
Yeah.
US dollars.
Right, per square meter.
Per square meter.
And ultra brand goes well past 20 in Dubai. So if the Thu Thiem becomes the financial hub of the top 20 economy, today's 10 to 15,000 US dollar per square meter is the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
It's closer to the entry point.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let's talk about the people, because the real estate demand follows the people. And Casey, walk us through the IFC's incentives for foreign workers. What are they going to do with this? And what are they thinking? What should they do in the time being?
So this is a little bit why inside the VIFC, and this isn't just what are being built, right? Nothing confirmed yet. Nothing confirmed yet. But we have to wait and see. But likely the VIFC is trying to get into these where foreign worker gets and they are like the decrease the 0% of the personal income tax.
Okay.
So for example, like the regular PIT, the personal income tax in Vietnam tops out about 35%. So for an expert earning around 200,000 US dollar a year, currently pays
in Vietnam.
Yeah. So with the PIT, they will pay 60 to 70,000 US dollar in tax.
Okay.
So moving to the IFC structure, they keep all of it.
Okay. All right. So that's a massive incentive. So who's going to move here? The expats overseas. Who are they? And what do they do in exact?
Many people, but we can group them into three groups. So the first group, like the senior finance
The group number
professionals,
one.
like from Singapore, Hong Kong, London, has been bleeding talent, especially Hong Kong has been bleeding the talent since 2020, and Saigon is like a natural alternative. The second, the entrepreneur who want a low tax base in Asia with raw exposure. And the third one, the Vietnamese diaspora coming home, especially the VQ from California or Australia, who have been on the fence.
Okay, they are really professionals and very wealthy.
Right.
For my expectation. So these people, they don't just rent a studios, a normal place to live in Ho Chi Minh City or in Vietnam. They rent a top of the premium products.
So now you can see the connection, right? We have Thu Thiem designed to be like all of the office space area, like serving a lot of financial profession, but all of them have no place or very limited place to the same Thu Thiem. So where they go? That's the like everything leads us to usually when we are talking about the elite financial like profession, they will want to lock up and live like in the luxury units.
Somewhere really convenient, handy, and is suitable for a whole members of the family,
right?
Not just themselves.
Right, near to the international schools, hospital, near to the office, and
supermarkets, stuff like that.
And that's exactly the profile that Thu Thiem and District 1 and the area Saigon, Thu Thiem area, we have to create in order to supply the residential apartment.
Yeah.
Property for them.
Alright, so that very nice idea that come from you, but I know it's too early to guess, but rough, approximately, how many of them are there in the market right now? Can you guess?
Well, actually, it's a number already. Like conservatively, can be 10 to 20,000 foreign professors in the first 3 to 5 years when the VIFC executes. That's 10 to 20,000. High-end housing like units of demand. So Saigon doesn't currently have that stock in hand yet. So we can see like in the very near future, and that's why like right now in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City, we can see in the next upcoming years, some projects are like start to be built faster.
Okay, yeah. So you brought up something in the source interview that I want to come back to, the REIT. That's called Real Estate Investment Trust.
Right.
Why is that a big deal? And why you brought that up, Casey?
Actually, I didn't brought it up, but like Mr. Mike from the Vietnam Capital in the interview with Rich, he brought this up, and this seems to be a very important term from him. So when we look it up, like the REIT, REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust, like Vietnam doesn't have the REITs right now. So every other major market does, but Vietnam doesn't have it.
We don't have it yet.
Yeah, a REIT is like essentially a publicly listed fund that owns income producing real estate, office towers, malls, industrial parks, logistics, and pays out 90% of the rental income as dividend
to the shareholders.
So,
all right, it sounds like really nice way to operate and keep all the investment fund. But why Vietnam hasn't established that one yet for many years?
Again, it's about our legal and tax regime to make the
must be a reason.
Yeah, it's very hard to have. The VIFC is going to unlock that. So that's why again you see the the purpose, like the one of the very important application of the VIFC takes in.
There's a lot of like side effects that come with the VIFC all
Right.
along.
So once raised the operational inside the IFC, you see the industrial park operators like visit the Vietnam Singapore International Park, BMW Industrial,
Right.
Kizina. They can take their assets and package them into the REITs, list it and recycle the capital. So foreign money buys the REIT shares, get exposure to Vietnamese real estate income.
All right. So that what does exactly mean for the regular buyer in Vietnam?
Well, it's very interesting because there are two things. The first one, the institutional capital flows into Vietnamese real estate at a scale we never seen, right? Because it's opened the new door. That puts upward pressure on the quality assets as well. And the second, for the first time, the regular Vietnamese investor can own a slice of Marina Bay style commercial tower without needing like 100 billion VND to buy a building. So you buy REIT shares for $1 million, for example.
Absolutely right. So that democratized commercial real estate investment in Vietnam.
For the first time, yes.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. So Rich make a comment that I think a lot of people miss. So he said, even Vina Capital, which is right in the IFC zone geographically, and they would still need to open a new business entity inside VIFC to get the benefits. So Casey, can you decode that for me?
Well, this is huge for the office market. So geographic location in the zone is necessary, but not sufficient, right? So to get the IFC benefits, the tax incentive, the foreign worker flexibility, the access to the international capital, everything, you have to register new legal entity that's licensed by the VIFC Executive Authority.
So very is like existing, and the financial firm in Ho Chi Minh is going to do the match. Do they need to set up like a new VIFC entity?
Yeah, every single one, like the Vina Capital, the Dragon Capital, the Vina Security, every foreign bank, like
They do.
Yeah, HSBC, Standard Chartered, Citibank, UOB, they all face the same questions. And for most of them, the answer will be yes, because you can tap into the international capital efficiently from the outside.
So, and what do they mean for the office demand when it come all together?
So there will be two waves. So the first wave, like existing firms set up the new IFC entity in 2027 to 2028.
Okay.
And then that's incremental office demand inside the zone. The second way, the new entrants, like we are talking about the Asia Pacific HQs of the mid-tier financial firms relocating from Hong Kong or Singapore to VIFC in Ho Chi Minh City. The Lazard and the Rothschild of the world that don't have a strong APAC presence yet. So they all want to have a foothold in here.
So grade A office in Ho Chi Minh is currently what, $30 to $40 per square meter per month?
Yeah, the top tier one, yes, and we even have the REIT above that, like up to $80 a square meter or more.
So 30 to 40 wasn't the top.
Right.
They're higher than that.
So, but I expect that to push to be even higher. 5 years for the IFC zone for the REIT. Because the Singapore's CBD is over $100 per square meter, so we have a lot of room.
Okay, so we are being a bit optimistic. So if we're talking about for the real investor, the real buyers, what are their risks when it comes to think about this matter?
Of course, like I said, we already expect this, like the IFC is not like slam dunk, right?
Yes. Not like a dream come true, the game changer to everyone. We need to.
It bumps, right? And like I said, the first one, the execution, like if you remember, Dubai's IFC nearly went bankrupt
in 6 years.
At year 6, right? But they got bailout by the Abu Dhabi, right? But Vietnam doesn't have an Abu Dhabi. So the
that's a good point.
Yeah. The execution at the regulatory level has to be flawless or close to it.
Okay.
The second one, the policy dependency. This is top down. So if the national priority shifted, it could slow dramatically. So that said, the Vietnam's policy continuity is unusually high. This is the national level mandate set on the 5-year planning cycle.
Like a cycle for 5 years upcoming.
Right. So not a project that swing with each administration, right? So the current cycle has just begun, which points to a stable runway. The priorities set now tend to carry through the end of the cycle and into the next one. So over the 10-year horizon, right, the direction behind the IFC is more predictable than in most of the countries.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So the third one, the talent gap.
Talent gap.
Yeah. So Rich said in the interview they need 10,000 of people who can operate in the international finance. So Vietnam has maybe about 5,000 today. So
5,000 as an investor?
No, the staff who can work, expert who can work, who can operate the VIFC. So the short-term fix is importing the foreign talent, but you need critical mass of local talent for the ecosystem to be self-sustaining.
Self-sustaining?
And number 4, the speculation, right? This is the pain in the ass for the in the real estate and in the Vietnam's economy, because the minute the IFC story goes mainstream, which is happening now, even every plot of land in Thu Thiem or District 1 gets bid up. Some of that is fundamental repricing. Some is we'll see in 2 or 3 years which buyers will buy and which were just chasing.
Okay, so in that case, what a smart investor would do?
Well, this is a good one. Like, don't speculate on raw land hoping the IFC announcement pops your price, right? Buy quality completed or near complete inventory in the zone at today's prices. Where the fundamentals should support the value even without the IFC. So if the IFC delivers, that's a bonus. If it slips,
what will happen?
You still own a good asset in a top location.
Right.
So, and it isn't only about being inside Thu Thiem, right? The adjacent areas matter just as much because like we have the areas close to Thu Thiem, such as Realtique, for example.
Realtique, very close to Thu Thiem.
It's right next door. So 5 or 10 minutes away only, and we have like established urban area, some projects, and one of them coming up very idly, we call the global city at around $4,000 per square meter only, right?
Wow.
So that's a real opportunity most people miss at the first glance. The price is far more reasonable, and the logic is simple. If Thu Thiem become wall-to-wall offices, where do those all workers actually live? So they have to look right next door. People don't see it yet because our brain unwired to the picture at the high value asset that only materialize years from now. Right, but that's exactly our job. Like lay out the analysis, give people the full picture so they can see it before the crowd does.
All right, thanks, Casey. So let's get more specific. People watching this on property, people are about to buy. So which Saigon projects are most directly impacted to the VIFC?
I'll group them into 3 tiers based on the distance and positioning
and distance.
Yeah, relative to the IFC core.
Wow.
So the tier 1, the directly adjacent to where the 99-story tower is planned. That's where the SonKim Land.
The SonKim near the Thu Thiem station.
Yeah, right. Launching in the May 17. That's or the Empire City or the Metropole Thu Thiem, right? The tier 2 within the broader 900 zone, but not adjacent. Actually, it's also in Thu Thiem. Like we have Thu Thiem Zai River. We have the Eco Smart City and the tier 3 adjacent to the zone, but typically outside. Like I said, the global city in the Realtique or Thao Dien area could be a little bit further away, like the Berkeley, for example. Yeah.
So, what is your highest conviction call in this scenario?
It really depends on the first thing has to come first, budget. So,
Budget.
Yeah, it really depends. If you can afford the price of the tier one and you go for tier one. And of course, when you go for the tier one, you have to pay more money and you have to also wait the same time, or similar time, right? In the when the VIFC can be can become the Realtique. But if you don't have enough budget, then they will be order like lower price options like the global city in a chicken area, or if we go to Thu Thiem, Thảo Điền area, you can have something a little bit more developed, but also like the price is a little bit higher.
Wow, all right, definitely. Well, we noted with that. So we cover the global city in detail in our last episode and on the other channels that we have done.
By the way, we also have the Palm River coming very soon. Like
The Palm River, everyone.
Yeah. That
Is it coming soon? How soon is that, Casey? Can you share
within
with
this week? Like
within this week?
we can have a video within this week, and we make sure to we will make sure to put the link in the description.
Stay tuned, guys. The Palm City is gonna be coming soon in our Realtique channel. So, Casey, give people the one thing that they should take away from our postcard today, and in terms of the VIFC.
Thank you a lot. So, in my opinion, the VIFC is really like a unicorn for the Vietnam's economy. So, right, the Vietnam's IFC is the biggest macro event for Saigon, let's say the next decade. But not only for Saigon, but the whole Vietnam. So once this VIFC can become true, right? It's like more than a dream come true. Like it's like Thanos. It's like this, like
in the Marvel.
Yeah. So it's like
it's just flick,
and
then everything will be happening. Or disappear.
Yeah.
Depends on which way are you looking at.
Yeah. It's actually turned a developing country like Vietnam to become a developed country, and it can bring much more GDP into the Vietnam economy. So, but the thing is, most people don't understand it yet.
Oh wow, very potential, very vision solid future that we're looking at Casey mentioned. So a couple of things before we go. If you found this useful, subscribe to the Realtique, by the way. So we are going to be tracking VIFC milestones as they're happening. So we have a private list for people who want our quarterly briefing on Saigon real estate. Link in the description, everyone, and no spam, just the data.
And if you have a specific project you are considering and you want to take our take, drop it in the comment or hit us. Up with that, we respond to everyone.
So, and that's wrap up for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching and stick with us with every postcard as every week. We try to keep up with all the trending information in Saigon and also in Vietnam market general. And stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Thank you. See you.
See you next time.